Behind the cement walls of this dark fortress lies a man-made hell. Hidden behind these massive concrete barriers is one of the most terrifying prisons in the United States. Today, the president of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, is imprisoned here. Leaving behind the Miraflores Palace, his former residence, this hellish prison has now become his new address. The U.S. administration has forcibly arrested Maduro on charges of terrorism and drug trafficking. Former President Donald Trump ordered the arrest, turning Maduro into a victim of a brutal geopolitical power game. While his trial is ongoing, Maduro is being held inside New York's infamous Metropolitan Detention Center, a prison where the concept of human rights barely exists. Surrounded by thick concrete walls, this prison is a fortress designed for society's most dangerous criminals. Inside, the environment is damp, dark, and suffocating. The cells resemble cages. Small exercise areas are tightly enclosed, and violent clashes between inmates using improvised sharp weapons occur regularly. Bloodshed is a constant reality inside these walls. For decades, this prison has earned a reputation as hell on earth. Here, Maduro lives like an ordinary inmate, no special privileges. He is given only a thin foam mattress, barely 5 centimeters thick, a dirty brown blanket, and standard prisoner clothing. Despite once being the president of Venezuela, his identity here has been reduced to a single prisoner number. He is treated like any common criminal. Although Maduro is considered a high-profile detainee, he is housed on the 10th floor in the special housing unit under extreme security. But this so-called protected unit is the most dangerous place of all. He remains completely isolated behind a solid steel door. Day and night, harsh fluorescent lights remain on 24 hours a day, enough to destroy sleep and mental stability. The 10th floor feels like a cold, mechanical world made of iron. There is no access to open air. Corridors are wrapped in thick wire mesh. Prisoners remain locked in their cells for 23 hours a day. They are allowed only 1 hour of solitary movement with no view of the sky. This is now Maduro's reality. His contact with the outside world is almost completely severed. His cell, measuring barely 2 to 3 meters, is smaller than a typical bathroom. Inside, there is only a steel toilet and a sink. There is no space to take more than 2 steps. Guards watch him through a slot in the heavy metal door, sliding food and water inside. Once, Maduro lived in luxury at Miraflores Palace, surrounded by wealth and power. Now, his days pass inside a tiny cell, where only a small fragment of the sky is visible through a sealed window. No matter how loudly the Trump administration speaks about freedom and democracy, the reality of this prison alone is enough to expose the hypocrisy. But the horror does not stop with physical confinement and mental torture. What truly turns Maduro's imprisonment into hell is the daily food. Inmates at MDC report that meals are tasteless, soggy, and often rotten. Expired donated ingredients are used to cut costs. Moldy, spoiled food is common. Prisoners are forced to swallow contaminated meals. A man who once enjoyed fine cuisine is now surviving on cheap sausages, bland boiled vegetables, and dry bread, without seasoning, often accompanied by a foul stench. Finding cockroaches or even rats in prison meals is not unusual here. If such things appear in Maduro's food, it would hardly be surprising. Such disgusting food slowly crushes the human spirit, weakening inmates from the inside. The only small relief available is the prison commissary, accessible once a week. Even there, options are extremely limited: some toilet paper, soap, or a small amount of dried meat purchased with allocated funds. It barely eases the suffering.
During endless days of isolation, Maduro hears terrifying screams echoing from neighboring cells. In the past, this prison has held mafia bosses, serial killers, and international terrorists. Guards are accused of deliberately depriving inmates of sleep by banging on metal doors at night. Sleep deprivation and psychological abuse are routine. Every night, the same methods are used to break prisoners down, and Maduro is no exception. Yet an even greater danger remains. Beyond isolation and torture lies the constant fear of disaster. If power fails during New York's freezing winter, this concrete structure turns into a deadly icebox. In 2019, a massive blackout shut down the heating system for days. Temperatures inside dropped below freezing, water supply stopped, toilets overflowed with sewage. Prisoners screamed and banged on doors, begging not to freeze to death. This nightmare lasted 7 days. That incident revealed how fragile and outdated the facility truly is. It could happen at any moment. Every night, Maduro lives with the fear, if the power goes out, how will he survive the freezing darkness? Although he appears fearless before cameras after his arrest, inside this cruel reality, he is undoubtedly terrified. Violence inside this prison knows no limits. In 2020, 4 inmates ambushed and attacked a correctional officer. As punishment, they were transferred to isolation units, cells now located near Maduro's. In 2025, 4 judges refused to send defendants over 65 to the MDC, declaring the prison environment completely inhumane. Nearly half of newly hired guards quit within their first year due to the extreme violence. Since Maduro's arrival, security has been tightened even further. How long Celia Flores and Nicolás Maduro will remain trapped in this hell is unknown. No one knows how their story will end. But one fact remains clear. Nicolás Maduro was an elected president of Venezuela. He claimed to stand with the poor, oppose imperial powers, and serve his people. Today, under the resistance of the Trump administration, he is enduring inhumane punishment inside one of America's most notorious prisons.